Hey there, folks. This is your Wednesday midweek message. Just checking in with everybody to see how you're doing. School is in session. Kids are back to it. However, they're doing it. Some are doing distance learning, some are hybrid, some are in class. Teachers, we are praying for you regardless of what's going on. We know that you desperately need some prayers today, so we are praying for you guys. Hey, just I wanted to touch in and just let you know a little bit about some of the things that are going to be happening pretty soon. We're super stoked and really excited that we are going to be having a together in person parking lot worship service. So mark your calendars, September 10th. So not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday after that. Sorry, September 20th. September 20th, parking lot service. We're going to do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. So normally, like we would come to church, you're just going to sit in your cars and we're going to have worship there. You'll get a FM number to dial into, and everybody will dial into that. We're not going to have a whole lot of extra speakers, so if you normally would like walk or ride your bike, we're really just going to ask you to go ahead and bring your car so you can turn into the FM speaker. We're not going to have any of that space. The church is not going to be open for people to come in and use the bathroom or walk through or anything like that. It's just come to the parking lot. We're going to have a brief worship service, see each other, wave from the cars or whatever, and then go on our way. So September 20th at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is your big announcement about that. So I want to make sure that you've got that, that you're writing it down. We'll be sending out more information. We have a newsletter that's coming out very, very soon that's going to be telling you about all the different things that are happening for children, youth, and adults. We've got Bible studies that are kicking off next week. We've got Sunday school for kids that are kicking off. Trisha Hanson is doing an amazing job with our youth. She's been rolling every single week on Sundays and Wednesday nights, doing stuff for them. So we're going to keep planning and going through that. One thing she's adding is confirmation. So we're going to have confirmation for our kiddos that'll be meeting every other week throughout the year. So we're really looking forward to getting them into a class. And Trisha's going to do that, co-lead that with Lori Koopminer. So really excited. Thank you, Lori and Trisha, for helping out with that. Now, I also want to let you know about the fact that the session, and we have a COVID task force that's been working together to put together a plan to kind of explain to you a little bit about how we are moving towards reopening. The reality is right now we're not there. We're watching the numbers. Minnesota's still not doing really great. Too many people went to Sturgis, looks like, and partied that way. But here's the deal. We are going through a 5-phase plan. I want to tell you a little bit about the phases, just so you kind of have an idea. Right now, as you would expect, we are in phase 1, which is kind of a complete shutdown. Only the essential people, volunteers who need to be in the building will be there, staff members. Only even at certain times, part of our office hours have been really messed up for the last 6 months. The phase 1 also says no more than 15 total persons in the building at a given time. So we're not having any big groups or anything like that. And of course, that excludes the Children Way Preschool, which they're under kind of a different direction that way. And they'll be kicking off here fairly soon, but with very, very, very limited numbers. We've got no outside groups, no committees, no classes that are meeting at the church. Of course, this is phase 1. We are hoping that by beginning of October, if the numbers start to dwindle a little bit more in our cases, specifically in Ramsey County, which is where we're located, then we may look at opening up to phase 2. Phase 2 basically allows for a few small groups to start coming into the church. Now, anytime anybody wants to come in, you're going to get a temperature check. You have to wear a mask. You've got to be socially distanced. You've got to sign the contact tracing. That's going to be across the board for anybody coming in, small groups. If you've had a garden club, if you've got, whatever committee, everybody's going to have to do that. We're only going to have a limited number of rooms that we can use because of our HVAC system and being able to spread everybody out. So, of course, Ling Hall is going to be one of our first places we can have people we've got a good circulation of air going on in there. It's also really big so that we can spread out. The reality is, though, when we move to phase two, no more than 10 people per group. So that may preclude some people from being able to meet with us, and we understand that. We're asking everybody to help wipe down and clean up afterwards. We're going to have special guidelines for that as well. When you rent, basically rent your room, when you ask to use a particular room, you're going to have to sign off on being able to clean up afterwards and that kind of stuff. We will also be in phase two, opening up for opportunities for some worship, and that is funerals and weddings. That's it. No Sunday morning worship or weekends or anything like that. So just funerals and weddings. If those are needed, no more than 40 people in the sanctuary at a time. This is going off CDC guidelines and based off of our space and how much room we have in the sanctuary and all of that too. So funerals will be available and allowed, but only less than 40 people. And of course, a lot of volunteers are going to be needed for cleaning up and things like that as well too. Of course, no communal service of food or beverage or anything like that. So if there was a funeral, we wouldn't have any luncheons. We wouldn't have anything like that. So just giving you a heads up on that. Moving to phase three. Honestly, I don't know that we'll see any movement to phase three until sometime next spring. But with that phase three, that allows more volunteers to start coming in, but it also allows, the main thing is for some worship to take place over the weekends. So it might be a couple services on Sunday, maybe one Saturday night or Sunday morning. We're kind of looking into that. Those will be abbreviated services. With those worship services, there will be no communal singing, there will be no liturgy, there will be no spoken prayers like the Lord's Prayer or singing amen at the end of the service or anything like that. The singing that will be done will be, way up front, 20 feet or more away from everybody. We have seen that singing is unfortunately one of the strongest emitters of the virus, and we really want to stay away from that. So it's safe for us as a family, as the Parker family and church family, for us to sing, and you guys stay at home, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. Of course, phase four starts to open things up a little bit more and allows more than 40 people in a worship service, and so phase four would be up to 75 people in a worship service. Phase five is we're all back basically to normal. But for a long time, we're going to be looking at temperature checks. We're going to be looking at we're already asking you to mask up when you enter in. We'll be doing contact tracing. So where have you been? And if we have somebody that we know catches COVID, then we've got to be able to let other people know as well too. So we're doing our due diligence on that, and it's hard. It's hard for everybody, but I know that it's hard for a lot of people that just can't see their friends and their family. And we understand and we respect that. The hardest thing for us, though, is because we want to be there. We want to be with you. If you guys know me, you know that I'm a relational person. I want to be around everybody, giving high fives and hugs and handshakes and all that kind of stuff. But we also want you to be safe. We want you to be safe. We want our whole community to be safe. We've had a handful of people that have already gotten the disease and fought through it. Fortunately, nobody in our church community has passed away from it, but the reality is it's tough, and we want to make sure that everybody is taken care of, and we're just putting safety and health in front of everybody else. Friends, I thank you for your faithfulness, for your diligence. I know that this is hard. We continue to pray for some peace and patience. We've got some exciting things coming up down around the corner, especially for Advent and Christmas. I'm kind of excited about it. I hope you will be too. We're going to do Christmas in a different way this year, that's for sure. But it may be really super moving. I'm really looking forward to it. I want a big shout out to all of our staff. We've just got amazing staff, and I'm so excited that we can participate in life and worship and ministry together, even in different ways. From Wendy in the office, and Josh and Beth and John, who are back behind the boards, Sarah, of course, leading children ministry, helping me with sermons and worship and that kind of stuff. Our own kids who have been doing that kind of stuff. Brian on the organ and playing bass in the band. Trisha Hanson's been doing a great job, but like I said, with youth, I am just so thankful that we've got the staff that we do. Everybody's stepping up. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for praying for us. If you got any questions, please let me know. We will be getting out copies, both digital and paper copies of this 5-phase plan to people probably in the next couple weeks. But I just wanted to give you a heads up about that right now. If for nothing else, make sure you mark your calendars. September 20th, 10 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have a parking lot service. You're going to pull in. We're going to direct you where you're at. Remember, stay in your car. We'll invite you to print out bulletins ahead of time. Bring those bulletins in. We'll have just a few available for other people. And then you can keep your windows rolled up. You can roll them down if the weather's okay. Stay in your cars, and we will have worship together in the parking lot. Going to be a lot of fun. Friends, take care. I love you. Blessings. We'll see you there.